Welcome to our Introduction to Reading video, Grade 1s and Grade 1 parents. I would like to remind you that reading is a skill. There's no end goal when it comes to reading. Some of you have mastered this skill. Some of you are still struggling a little bit, and most of you are somewhere in between. I would like to reassure you as learners and as parents that this is fine. It doesn't matter at which reading level your child currently is. This is something that the more they understand phonetics, the easier it will get, and the more they will understand and be able to decipher words and read with more ease. I have uploaded some comprehension tests, which includes a little reading piece, and then there are 3 or 4 multiple choice questions attached. And the reason for this is we are not trying to get our children to read and just relay information in words that are on paper and give that back to us. We want our children to have the skill of reading with understanding. We want our children to understand what is said, what is implied while they are reading that specific piece. To assist your child best when reading, I would like to ask that you sound out a word phonetically. We read by what we hear, not necessarily by what we see. So with something simple like the word cat, we do not see C-A-T, we see K-A-T. This is the best way in which to teach your children. In regards to something like sight words, where a T and a H makes a th sound for the, our children don't understand those spelling rules yet. That comes later during the course of this second term. I am available today. Please feel free to call me if you need any assistance with reading or writing today. Let's have a look at the first comprehension to also give you a better understanding of what to expect in regards to the reading pieces for the next 2 weeks. The ant and the apple. Art had an apple. The apple was all he had. An ant asked Art for a bite. Should your child need to still read with indication, please allow that. What I mean by that is if your child still needs to point out words. An ant asked Art for a bite. This is completely understandable. Some children at this stage still struggle with deciphering and decoding letters and words, and when so many words appear in a sentence, it can become overwhelming for them, and they easily lose track of where they are in the sentence. I would also like to encourage you to read the story to your child beforehand. This will give them a sense and a concept and an idea of what the story is about. When your children read their readers back to me during the week at school, I also like to ask them words out of sequence. Away, apple, asked, the. The reason for doing this is many children, and your children especially, are very clever. So they read by memorizing the reading piece, and you think they know it, but when you ask them words out of sequence, you actually get to see if your child actually knows the word. I would also like to encourage you to ask your child questions about the story. What is the setting? Who are the characters? What took place in the story? This is an example of the 5 multiple choice questions. Again, these questions are basically just to help your child start reading and with the concept and with understanding. Art ate an ape, apple, ant, or art. They can both circle the word and write the word on the dotted line.